welcome back to another Dupe. And in today's video, I'll be showing you a quick tutorial on how I set up, or how you should probably set up either your TV, your soundbar, and if you're using an Apple TV, how to set all of these things up to get the best audio quality. First off, if you have a soundbar, so for right now, I have the Ultimate A50 Pro. This is a 5.1 Dolby Atmos soundbar. To get the best audio from the actual soundbar, the connection that goes to the soundbar should either be optical cable or HDMI. If you want a full Atmos experience, you should definitely be running HDMI. So HDMI from either your Apple TV or from your TV, primarily the EARC source from your TV gets you the best audio quality. So that is one of the main things you have to get right. You have to be running HDMI from your EARC on your HDMI port. All right, that's the first step. Next step, I'll be showing you from the TV side. So on the TV side, so for example, I have a Samsung TV right now. If you go to settings, you go to sound, you go to expert setting. It might be different, obviously, on your TV. You want to run, from my testing and from my experience, I've had this soundbar for quite some time. From my testing, you want to run bitstream on your HDMI format. So the HDMI format could either be running PCM or bitstream. So for the highest, from my understanding and also from my testing, so for the highest file transfer of the audio file to your actual soundbar, you want to be running bitstream, not PCM. So that's one thing you should definitely change. And the other thing, auto volume. You want to turn auto volume off. So anything that messes with the volume, corrects the volume, changes the volume, whatever the case is with the volume, you want to definitely not have that affect the performance of your soundbar. So anything that changes the volume, turn it all the way off or all the way down. So auto volume. So what auto volume is let's say if you're watching a movie, whatever the case is, like at night, whatever the case is, and there's changes in the volume, this auto volume corrects the volume. So for example, let's say if you're watching a movie and then the movie cuts to like an advertisement, those volumes might be different. So to adjust or to keep the volume levels the same, the TV itself would play the volume at one particular level. You don't want that. You want to keep your auto volume to off. Anything else? That's pretty much it. On the equalizer, nothing really here. All right, so as I said, on the TV side, HDMI audio format, keep that at bitstream, change it from PCM, right? This normally changes, so audio format. So let's say if I put on the soundbar, and let's say if I'm watching a movie or something on Netflix, you would see Dolby Digital pop up on the audio format. That is an automatic thing. You don't have to touch that. So just leave that as is. I normally just leave it at PCM. It's not gonna show these different options, the DTS, the DTS 2.5, the Dolby Digital. It's not gonna show that unless the soundbar is on, playing a audio format in one of these different formats. All right. So that's from the TV side. So that gets you right on the TV side. I have an Apple TV up on top. So from the Apple TV side, you want to go to your Apple TV settings. Inside your settings, you want to go to video and audio. And under video and audio, change audio format. So in under change audio format, some people think it's wise to change this to Dolby Digital. The problem with that is now the Apple TV is processing the audio. So for example, let's just look at the flow of it. So the audio file is coming from your Apple TV into your soundbar and then out to your speaker. So if you're processing the audio in your Apple TV, then it's processing again in your soundbar and then it goes to your speaker. That's two processes taking place on one audio file. So some people change this from stereo to Dolby Digital. From my experience, don't change this. Keep change format off. Let the soundbar deal with the sound. So change format, keep that off. Do not think it's wise to change it to Dolby Digital, because then, as I said, that's two things that's processing the song. You have the song bar processing it, and you have the Apple TV processing it. You do not want that, so I keep that off. And for reduce loud songs, I also keep that off. Again, you don't want anything changing the audio profile based on whatever inputs or based on whatever the Apple TV or the TV might think it's doing, so I keep that off. These 4 changes from my experience. Oh yeah, one last change, audio mode. So audio mode, 16-bit, I don't change this. I keep the audio mode set to auto. I let the Apple TV figure out which mode it should be playing in based on the audio file that's coming out of the actual Apple TV. So whatever's coming out of the actual Apple TV, I let from a file standpoint, I let the Apple TV figure that out. So the audio mode, keep that on auto. I find 16-bit from my experience. Again, this is my experience, my setup. Samsung TV, Apple TV, Ultimate Soundbar. From my setup, 16-bit. I personally could hear a little bit of the difference. The audio doesn't sound as crisp, as clear. So I keep the audio mode set to auto. Anything else? And I would say that's it. So from my experience, just keeping it simple. Audio mode set to auto. Going back up. Reduce loud songs off. Audio format off. You keep those things off and let the soundbar deal with the sound. Main thing on your TV side, as I said, within your TV side, if you go again to your settings, if you go to sound, expert settings, one main thing I would highly recommend is changing your audio format to bitstream. So this audio format relates to the audio format. The bitstream audio format relates to, one second here, that bitstream audio format would be what is coming out of this right here. So under the audio mode, I believe it has to deal with the audio mode. So let the soundbar figure that out. So set all of that to auto. So again, with these changes, I've played around with a lot of these different changes, but my playing around and having the soundbar for quite some time, this is what I find provides the best audio experience. So for example, if I come here and I go to this video, this is with me having set up everything how I had it set up, right? Go to what's happening here. My Apple TV froze for some reason, all right? Don't want to go there. So this is based on the settings that I just had. This is a 360 video. Listen to the audio quality of this. I'm going to be quiet for a while. I'm going to bump the audio up to 50. Take this in and tell me what you think. 23 miles down, right? 47.7. You gotta admit, with those settings, your audio is gonna be absolutely perfect. It's pretty dope, right? Pretty dope. Until next time, see you guys.